seen him in a couple videos before. Hey, they're right there. Hey, they're there.
So if you're ready, and if you're let me, hey, show me girl now.
Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And this is going to be Jungkook's 3D featuring Jack Harlow. This is the official live performance video. I've had so many of you request this particular reaction. And because Jam Republic, I have heard, is in this video, because we're reacting to the second season of Street Woman Fighter right now, I felt that this was pretty appropriate to take a look at. And also, I haven't uploaded a K-pop analysis in a hot minute, so I want to knock out a couple birds with one stone. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, I know him. That's Jungkook. Well, we knew that.
I can touch you through the phone, location through the universe, in another time zone. It's the only time I can reverse.
Hey.
Two dimensions, there's only one I'm missing. If you feel alone, you don't have to.
There was our Jam Republic right there.
I just wanna see you like that, see you like that. So if you're ready, and if you let me, I wanna see it in motion.
Love that. So they did a tripod kind of shot, different angles. That's fun. Yeah. Nick Joseph, got Brian Puspos in here. Looks like some people from Just Jerk as well, but I could be wrong. Hey. I like the theme of the hotel. It's super fun. Hey. This is a star-studded lineup if I ever seen one. Goodness gracious. Got Devin Pornell in here too. Hey. There's a couple other people I recognize too, but their names escape me. Hey, hey. Nice. So they're just hanging out, vibing out. So live performance video. So I reckon, I guess, they calibrated it to where he could sing this live. I don't know. Or he's singing live while it's recording. Even though it's different cuts and stuff, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that's Kusang maybe right there. I've seen him in a couple videos before. Hey, they're right there. Hey, they're there. That's so fun. I like the cut of this a lot. Wonder if they Hey, hey. Hey. In 3D. Yeah, it sounds live here, I'm assuming, because he's got the mic, right? Hey. Hey. That was fun. That's cool. I know a couple of them were promoting stuff. They were in the 7 video as well. So it's cool to see them here. Man, Jungkook's holding it down during all the enlistments. I'll tell you what. Sheesh Louise, that was really good. Okay. So, initial thoughts, I really like it. It was super vibey. The song, I really feel like there's a trend going on with a lot of tracks right now that are kind of taking nuance or influence from the early 2000s pop, which I am a fan. I know Troye Sivan did something recently too that has that, and there's just a lot of tracks that are coming out that are similar to that, which I like it because I like the original songs, and so I think kind of this one feels familiar. I just can't put my finger on what in particular, like what song it reminds me of, but I bet there's somebody somewhere that's already made the connection, so I'll probably just be on the lookout for that. Taking a look here, I really like how as he came in, he kind of set up the scene of staying at a hotel, which I really like. Which also, when you think about the car too, I think it's just a mix of the environment as well, the kind of hotel as well as the car choice and his suitcases, just that kind of aesthetic. It's just reading a little bit more. It's just older from just the earlier eras, early 2000s, late 90s. You know, I love how you didn't even see them and then they came out doo-doo accented at like the white in contrast to what he's wearing in black. And I really like Audrey's haircut. I don't know if that's a new thing, but I like her hair here a lot. Yeah, I like this too. So at this point, we know, it's just a side note, at this point, at Street Woman Fighter, they have not released the episode yet where Hwasa's episode, right? So, and I know that is a K-pop artist kind of challenge, right? It's similar to the Jessie one from the first season. And I think it's just interesting how, you know, regardless if they win or not with Hwasa's challenge, because we don't know at this point, right? They're already, you know, doing, I don't know if they choreograph this or anything, but the fact that they are working artists for other artists already. So I feel like just the influence of Street Woman Fighter in general, or just for them as Jam Republic, I know they are an agency of dancers and choreographers, and so that pertains to this genre of pop. So I think it's cool that we're able to just see them already be successful, even without, whether or not they win challenges in the show. I feel like a lot of the people of the show series, the Street series, I mean, I think people have already touched on it, they end up becoming more successful because of that show's exposure. So it's really cool to see them already just seeing more of a presence, and there's more traction on these types of things for multiple reasons, not just because it's Jungkook. You know, I think it's really cool. Yeah, so he's tearing it up when needed. And I like these guys here. I really love they pop off. Yeah, so it's like da 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 into a groove. Yeah, it's kind of paying tribute to his K-pop group. You know, we know BTS is enlisted at this time, most of the members, and so it is really cool to kind of, it feels, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it feels like 7. So I'm wondering if he's paying tribute to to BTS and just paying a little ode to them here, because normally you sing and you dance to this capacity, and notice at this point he hadn't danced yet, if you think about it. I like that cut, the switching of the cuts of him close up and him dancing. I really love that. Emotion in 3D. That's fun, 3D. Nice. I wonder if they puzzle piece the choreographers for this one, because you got a lot of choreographers in here. You got Nick Joseph, who did their Butter remix. You got Brian Puspos, who did one of Jimin's solo features. I don't know what else he's choreographed for them, but like, look, yeah, exactly. So you have let me just take a look here. We got Nick Joseph, we got Devin Purnell, he choreographs. It looks like Kusung, like Jung Kusung, right? Brian Puspos. I know he's touring with Jungkook right now too. His name escapes me though, so please remind me what his name is. And then I don't know who this guy is back here. I may know him, I'm not sure, but I just haven't caught a good glimpse of him yet, so I don't really quite know. Yeah, I just don't know. I like, it's just groovy, and then you have different dancers being represented, you know, boom, doom, 3D. It's just, it vibes really well on the on it. It's not overpowering the song. The song's pretty chill, you know? Da, 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 da. And so I really like the choreography. And then I like how the girls push him away. That's fun. Into the chair. So I don't know if this is a different room, but it's cool how, you know, these girls, they're not all. Also note too, this type of song, a lot of his songs nowadays, at least with his more recent releases, it kind of has double meaning, right? But here, there's nothing that's like super reading overly sexual in content, which actually I'm mad impressed at just the choreographer choices and the choreography choices that we've seen from Jungkook. Like work, even with 7, it wasn't too much. Do you know what I mean? And I actually really like it. It makes me want to enjoy it a lot more, because some people, like myself, I don't particularly dive into the realm of like super sexual content of dancing. Like for me, that's not really where my vibe is. But it's nice that I'm able to enjoy songs that, even though we know can have like a secondary context behind him, I'm able to like look at good quality dancing, you know, which is really nice. And I'm not saying that overly sexual content doesn't have good technique or good quality. It's just something that I don't think I can contribute as effectively as an analyzer or as a reviewer or as a reactor in the same way as I could with something like this. I like this walk, you know, that's fun. That's really fun. Yeah, where you have your moments of everybody getting to kind of do their own thing, which is really fun. Yeah. And then that was a beautiful mask transition. That's super fun. Hey, I love this. And you have all of your, I would consider this my international group, right? You got everybody, you got your jammies right here. And then, you know, you have a couple, like with these guys right here, I don't know who they're with. Maybe they are doing backup with Jungkook as well. But I'm very familiar with Brian and with Nick. I have met Nick before. I have not met Brian in person before, but I have met Nick in person and talked with him before. So that's kind of cool. Let me see. That's nothing to do with this, but I think it's really cool. Just really, I like the retention of the people that they have for a lot of like hype stuff, because when you think about it, if you have like a choreographer that does a lot of their work, but it's not like exclusively just their work, it's just the retention of who you keep, that means that you must be treating them decently enough to want them to keep working with you. And honestly too, it does come to a certain point that regardless of how famous somebody is, there will reach a point with a lot of choreographers and dancers where they're like, I'm not going to work for them, you know, they treated me like this and this, you know, or they're like, it's not worth it to me for their clout to be treated that way. You know what I mean? So that's also an attest to Jungkook of the fact that he has a lot of people willing to keep working with him, because probably his character's personality or his professionalism is really deemed something you want to be around long term. I really love the grooves where you kind of hit on that and da 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 boom into the groove pocket. Like, it just works really well. See me, it goes see me, da 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 da. It's just very clean, but also very groovy. It's clean and groovy, where you can do a lot with it, but it's also, a lot of these people have so many different backgrounds, different parts of the world, different scopes, and they experience different challenges with how they ride grooves. But this choreography is really nice and can be applicable to everybody, and everybody can thrive in it, which I really like, but it's still really entertaining. So I like the nice little smees there. That's super fun. And also note they're kind of revisiting a lot of formations, but the reason why it doesn't look the same as what we've already seen, because we've technically already seen the smees into the transition into kind of this V, but what's happening is because there's more people, they double down on the V diagonals. And then what's really cool too is you also you have different people there and different camera angles, which is really nice, but the main point is Jungkook and he's still there. So I think that's super cool. Yeah, with the peel out there, boom. I like that. Kirsten just eats that mess up. And of course, I mean, I feel like all of Jam does, but it's just, you know, Kirsten hits it differently because that's one of her most familiar pockets. Yeah, ooh, hold on. Let me have a little look here. Okay, yeah. So I really like the boom, 3D. Yeah. Yeah, honestly too, it's difficult to be able to do this kind of groove in place. Normally that's a traveling groove, but I really like the fact that they made the choice to keep it in the center, so it's just your key point. 3D, that's super fun. And they all run away. It's Jack Harlow's section. You know, he's letting him do his thing. I feel like he did something similar to that. He went and got some water for what is it? The rap section to his song 7. Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've seen a live performance video. I don't think I've seen anything like this before, hence why I didn't really know if is it just he's just singing in the mic. And because you have all these cuts and things, so it is like a music video, but I'm assuming that they made it to where his mic picks up his vocals and you're able to have those vocals overlaid on this. So that's what I'm gonna assume is what the case is, but this is mad cool. I think this is gonna be it's something that really somebody who's very trained in dance but also vocals. I would say Beyonce would be another example of somebody who would be able to do this quite easily based on her training and how she carries herself. You know, people who sing or who are known as singing live at concerts but really know how to pop off too. I think this would be a really cool avenue to see more of, honestly. I think this is super cool. And they're all vibing out. I like the boom where they're just kind of pulsing, which is super nice. I will also say too, I really just like, it feels so casual, but in the best way possible. Like, it feels very collaborative, like a party, like we're vibing out. We're like, hey, we have, Jungkook's got a track. He wants us all in on it. Okay, cool. It just feels like a house party, like a vibe. And I really like that. And I wonder if that's what they were going for. Hotel turned house party. This was a fun mask where they come up, they're like, hey, what's up? Then they come back down. Hey. And they all melt down. This right here where they all go to the outside. But they're all going different ways though. And what makes that work is sometimes you have everybody go to one direction because it's cleaner. But I really love the fact that there's so much maturity of quality of movement here that everybody committing to different angles still looks just as clean. That's mad impressive. And then there's how they stopped. It was so fun. And I also will say too, sometimes people are like, oh, why is the hair still moving? I actually really like it whenever you have the hair still going because it just shows you that they didn't edit that. It's just not a nice little, it makes them more animated. This is really, really fun. In 3D. Yeah, super fun. That melt throughs, love that. 3D. That dun 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 dun. Did you see Chris's hip quality there? Like that's just whoo, goodness, she is killing it over there. 3D. But everyone's doing a fabulous job. There you go. Latrice got it too, but because she's wearing a more baggier black top, you're not able to see it as much. Yeah, but they're vibing it out. Love it. 3D. Very nice. They're going away, moving away. It's super fun. Yeah. I think this was probably one of my favorites from Jungkook. As him as a solo artist now, I've really only reacted to him one other time. I think it was my very first Just Reacts was to his song 7 with the 4 guys. And so I think it's really cool that I'm able to, just a couple months down the road, a ton of videos later, I'm able to revisit just a different scope of his. It's really fun to see, and I'm glad that a lot of you requested this so I could take a look at it before we get back in the swing of things with Street Woman Fighter. But yeah, it's super, super fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful in some way. I really enjoyed a lot of the choices they made here. It felt like a vibe. It felt super chill, and it felt like a good time. And I love the choreographic choices that were made, the formations. It was really nice, and it made me just want to enjoy it, you know. And that's always that means they must be doing something right. If there's not if you're wanting to go with a super vibe kind of track, you want to go with a super vibe kind of choreography. And so I think it's really cool that we got to see that. It's nice to see a different particular lens from Jungkook as well. This is different than his 7 track, but it also feels like a good time. It's nice to see a lot of familiar faces too, just so I can see how they all like collab together with their movement. because normally I see them in different pockets, you know, like with Jam Republic with their Street Woman Fighter just representing themselves as a crew, and then you have Brian Puspos and Nick Joseph, who also have done work with BTS in the past, but also they have a completely different scope. You have Nick, that was a part of GRV for a long time. I think he still is, but you know, it's just little things like that. I think that's super cool. But yeah, if you want to see more content, you want to request anything for me, I have a couple tier opportunities on Patreon that you can take a look at. I also have unreleased Street Woman Fighter content currently uploaded there. Any blocked content on YouTube also shows up on Patreon, so if there's other things that you're wanting to take a look at, that'd be a great place to look. But yeah, I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.